Hey gents, today we're going to talk about the disruption of an industry. Last year, I posed a question to Christian from Theo and Harris about how does the world of authorized dealers and luxury watches go online.
There are positives and negatives to all of these means of sale, but it's a rapidly changing space.
This is my fourth video in partnership with Trovaree. When I first learned about and spoke to the brand, I always knew I wanted to make a video about this sort of subject. And if you want the best place to shop for watches online, I'll go ahead and link to them below so you can check them out. The watch industry is huge at $23 billion. A large portion of that comes from Switzerland, although China dominates in unit sales, and then there's Japan with Seiko, Citizen, and a few others that keep up in unit sales as well. You basically have three options to buy a watch. You have an authorized dealer, you can go to the brand directly, or gray market and eBay. 64% of watches are sold in authorized channels. 18% of luxury watches are sold through direct channels like boutiques, and the remaining 18% of that is through the gray market. Now, if you look at that 64%, only 1% of that is done through e-commerce, and that's where there's a huge opportunity. Surveys show that most shoppers do want that multi-brand experience, which is one of the things authorized dealers do really well, but until Trovaree, there really was no way to get that multi-brand experience online in an authorized way. Until very recently, if you wanted that mid to higher end piece, you had to go to somebody like JomoShop or Chrono24 because very few brands even sold directly online. Omega and Breitling are two examples of brands that now do sell online, but you still can't get that multi-brand experience without bouncing between websites. You couldn't go to one source to shop all the brands in an authorized way. And when it comes to models like the Seamaster that I just did that video on, it's showing right now on JomoShop that you can get it in a few weeks because it's not in stock. So what happens in the background is the watch gets sold and then they comb through their dealer network and hope that a piece pops up quickly so they can ship it to you. Or in my case, I ordered a very nice watch online and I never got it. I did get my money back, but the whole thing did not sit well with me, and it's made me now realize the value of an authorized dealer. And through those gray market channels, you don't get original manufacturer warranties. You get a warranty like through the site, but that doesn't guarantee that you're gonna get genuine parts if it goes in for service. And hearing enough stories about Franken watches where people bring in watches bought from the gray market and have non-genuine parts inside of them, the whole thing is what has led me to those authorized channels. Now that same Seamaster we looked at is available to ship today from Trovaree because they are the only online source that is authorized by the brands that they work with, and then they also have partnered with over 70 authorized dealers across the country to aggregate all of their inventory, so it gives you unparalleled direct access to new inventory for immediate shipping. So if you see a watch, you can have it in a couple of days with a 14-day return policy, custom watch sizing before it's shipped, and original manufacturer warranties, so you know that the watch you order from them is 100% authentic. So Trovaree takes that boutique authorized experience and brings it online with e-commerce excellence. One of the authorized dealers that partners with Trovaree for their e-commerce is London Jewelers out of New York. And I spoke to Zachary Udell, who's a third-generation VP, about his experience partnering with the brand. He told me that Fred Levin, the founder of Trovaree, is one of the sharpest people in the industry. And when he brought the Trovaree concept to him, it was a no-brainer. It's helping move the industry forward and finally go online. He was another person that shared some horror stories about the Franken watches, and as I was doing this video, I found this review that I found kind of funny that really sums up the gray market, which is, how badly do you want that watch, man? I've personally been burned by 3 purchases, 2 on eBay where they ended up being Franken watches, 1 on Chrono24 where I had to wait a while and ended up getting a very delayed refund. And so when I went in 2017 to buy my Grail Seamaster, I went directly to the boutique and I've never been happier. The experience is excellent and I go back in there all the time just to chat with the people because you develop a relationship. And same thing with, I'm searching for a Cartier tank for my wife for our 5-year anniversary, and I'm going directly to either Cartier or a boutique. So while the gray market looks attractive based on prices, to me it's not worth the risk and not having the best experience to make sure you're getting the right thing that you pay for. So if you've had your eye on that Grail, I can say that Trovaree is one of the best places to shop for watches online. If you want that seamless, excellent, authorized dealer experience, but either you're not near one or your local place doesn't have stock, I'm really happy to know that Trovaree is trying to bring those experiences and those watches into the 21st century. So there you have it, gents. That is all about Trovaree. Happy to answer any questions below. And what's the Grail you guys are looking for right now? Because you should always have one on the horizon you're looking for. I'd love to see you down in the comments. You can also reach out at _Cavalier on Twitter and Instagram. Thank you to Trovaree for working with me on this series. And if you want to see those other ones, I'll link to those below as well. Until next time, gents, this is the Cavalier.